Hey guys, thank you for joining today. My name is Olivia Odero, and today we'll be talking about popularity. Popularity as seen from Earth's perspective and also as seen from heaven's perspective. So for a while, I've been thinking about it, and as I was talking to God about it, it kind of bothered me because being that I am, I do a lot of Facebook lives. I see other people's Facebook lives and I'm like, how come they have more followers? How come they have more likes? How come they have more shares? All that stuff was bothering me. And I was just like, do I need to change something? Do I need to talk different? Do I need to dress different? Do I need to do all these things just to get followers, just to get people to like what I put out there? And this thing was really bothering me. But then the Lord broadcasted to me. This is the Broadcasting Goodness channel. The Lord broadcasted to me and said, I view popularity different than how the earth views it. So my question was, Lord, how do you view popularity? How is it different than what my mind has been trained to look at it? And the Lord showed me that Earth looks at popularity from how people present themselves. How good is the material you're putting out there? How many likes are you getting out there? Like if it is something that is just what is the word I'm looking for? It is appealing. If it is something that is appealing to the masses, if it is something that looks good, feels good, makes people feel good, it tastes even good, let's say it's food, like it appeals to the five senses, then you become popular. And I was like, but I'm doing something that feels good. I mean, it feels good for me. And the Lord was like, don't look at popularity from people. You won't get popularity from people. You won't get what you're looking for from people. You can only get it from me. I was like, well, that sounds very good. That sounds very like what I want to do. But how do I do that? How do I get to that place where everything that I do, is done because I'm looking for your approval, Jesus? I'm not looking for the approval of others. Because living in this thing called the body, it feels like it's just like that default to always look for approval from people, look for to be seen, to be heard by people. Just don't want to be like, oh, you know what, I know God hears me, I know God approves. It takes a lot of training of the mind. And that's what God was trying to show me. It's like, I need to train your mind so that you're not looking for approval from people. You're not looking to be popular in the eyes of people. You're not looking at your likes. You're not looking at the hearts. You're not looking at, the reactions that people are giving you on your lives or on whatever stuff you put out there to show that you're being effective. Because at the end of the day, no matter how many likes we get, however many likes we get, shares and all that stuff, it kind of gives us that, to me personally, it would give me that feeling like, okay, whatever I'm doing is very effective. Whatever I'm doing is being appreciated and it is of value out there. But the Lord had to change my perspective. I mean, we're still working on it. He's still working on it, where He's changing my perspective and showing me that it's not how many people like what you put out there. It's not how many people even watch what you put out there. It's not even how many people share what you put out there. What matters is that you obeyed what I told you to do. What matters is that you're stewarding, you're being faithful to the gift that I've given you, to that which I've put in your hands. That is what matters in heaven. That is what makes you popular in heaven. And of course, that still is taking time for my mind to let it sink in, but it's the truth, it's the reality. In heaven, even when we read in Matthew, those servants were given different talents. And at the end of the day, when they came with those talents, they had multiplied them. They had become good stewards of them. And the Lord said, well done, good and faithful servant. Now enter into my kingdom and be ruler over much. So it's their faithfulness, their obedience, their stewardship that made them popular in the courts of heaven. It wasn't how much of an effect, from the perspective of the physical eyes. It wasn't how much of an effect that what they were doing had on the earth. It wasn't how many followers they had that, Jesus was like, you have 200 followers, you have 2,000 followers. Well done, come into my kingdom. No, it was, well done, good and faithful servant. I gave you this much and you made use of it. You put your 100% into it. You multiplied it. You became a good steward, no matter how many people liked it, no matter how many people appreciated it. You did it because I gave it to you. Now, well done. Now you've been faithful. Now come into my kingdom. The other story is Jesus. Jesus also did not seem to care for followers. Jesus chose 12 disciples, and then with time, he got like so many followers. So many people are following him because what he spoke was truth and life, And then after a certain time, he would say things that would rub people off, differently. Where he'd say, eat my body or drink my blood. People are like, what the heck is this person talking about? Like he would just say things that rubbed people the wrong way. And there was a time the Bible says that he lost almost all his followers. And then he turns to the disciples and he asks them, are you also going to leave me? Or are you going to stay with me? And they were like, but who else can we go to? You're the only one who gives us the words of truth and life. You're the only one who speaks to what we need. So Jesus was so confident and so okay with himself that even when he lost half of his company, he still remained okay. And this is what he wants us to be too. This is what he's been pounding in my heart and in my mind. He's like, Olivia, stop looking at how many people like your videos. Stop looking at how many people are sharing it. Stop looking. That does not measure your effect. It does not measure how much you're impacting. No, as long as you're faithful to the call, as long as you remain in the course and you remain focused and you do every single thing that I tell you to do, then you got it. You are faithful and you are a good servant. So, guys, I hope this was an encouragement to you. I've struggled with it. Sometimes I still struggle with it. I still still struggle with it. But God is faithful. He knows our weaknesses. He speaks to our weaknesses and he strengthens us in our weaknesses. He says, my strength is made perfect in your weakness. So those parts of our lives where we feel like, God, I just don't know how to do this. I don't know how not to look at my Facebook and keep on seeing if people are finding what I'm putting out there of value. He strengthens us. He says, I will turn your eyes towards me. I will keep your eyes on me so that you're not bothered by people's reactions, people's approval, people's likes, people's dislikes, people's comments, and all that stuff. Because that's the only way we can remain effective and we can remain on the course if we keep our eyes on Jesus, if we keep our eyes on what he has given us as an assignment and said, this is yours, go do it, go fulfill it, give it 100%, no matter how many people like it or they don't. What matters is that you did it. You did what I told you. That's what Jesus is saying to you today. That's what Jesus is saying to me today. And may it just sink in like an anchor into our hearts that is unmovable, and we continue with our cause. So guys, be blessed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on the Broadcasting Goodness channel. Bye.